Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're taking a deep dive into Palladyne AI.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they're doing some really cool stuff with robotics and AI.
Okay.
What's really got our attention is how they're taking AI out of the digital world and bringing it into the real physical world.
Right.
They're giving robots and drones a kind of autonomy we haven't really seen before.
Wow. Okay.
So whether you're fascinated by the future of automation or just love hearing about cutting-edge tech,
Yeah.
this is going to be a fascinating deep dive.
So they're kind of like pioneers,
Hmm.
bringing AI into the real world.
That's a great way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And to really grasp what they're doing, it helps to understand their journey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Palladyne AI wasn't always the name on the door, was it?
No, it wasn't.
What was it before?
They actually started as Sarcos Technology and Robotics Corporation way back in 1983.
83. Wow, that's a long time ago in the tech world.
It is. It is. But then, in March of 2024, they decided to rebrand as Palladyne AI.
Interesting. And usually a name change like that signals a pretty significant shift within a company.
Absolutely. For them, it was a strategic move.
What kind of shift?
They were transitioning from focusing primarily on hardware development
Okay.
to specializing in AI software solutions.
So instead of building the robot's body, they're now focusing on its brain.
Precisely. On its ability to think and make decisions independently.
So it's not just about making robots, it's about making them smart.
Right.
Now, they keep talking about this physical world AI. What exactly does that mean?
It's about creating software that enables robots to operate on their own in the real world. In real-world environments, where things are unpredictable.
Right.
It's not just about following a set of pre-programmed instructions in a controlled lab setting.
Gotcha.
It's about being able to adapt to unexpected situations, make decisions on the fly, just like a human would.
That's incredible. So they're basically giving robots the ability to think on their feet.
Yeah.
Literally. And they're doing all of this with two main software platforms, right?
That's right.
Palladyne IQ and Palladyne Pilot.
You got it.
Let's start with Palladyne IQ. Who is that designed for?
So Palladyne IQ is designed for industrial robots. And those collaborative robots, the cobots you see working side by side with humans?
Oh, yeah.
In factories, right. It's for those two.
Okay. So, picture a robot arm on an assembly line.
Mm-hmm.
What does Palladyne IQ actually allow that robot arm to do?
Well, imagine that robot arm not just repeating the same task over and over, but actually learning new tasks quickly.
Wow.
And adapting to changes in the assembly process. Let's say, for example, a part gets delivered, but it's a little bit out of position.
Okay, yeah.
A traditional robot would probably just stop.
Right. It wouldn't know what to do.
Exactly. It would need a human to step in and fix it.
Right.
But with Palladyne IQ, the robot can actually adjust its movements in real time, find the part, and keep on working.
So it's all about flexibility and efficiency.
Exactly. Being able to function in a dynamic environment where things are always changing.
Now, what about Palladyne Pilot? That's the one for drones, right?
That is correct. Palladyne Pilot is all about giving unmanned systems, especially drones, a whole new level of autonomy. So they can navigate tricky environments, track objects, even work together in coordinated teams.
So they can kind of think for themselves and figure things out as a group.
Yeah, and they've actually already demonstrated these capabilities.
Really?
Back in December of 2024, they achieved their first autonomous tracking flight using a third-party drone.
Not even one of their own.
Nope. Which is a big deal because it shows their software can integrate with existing drones.
So it's not just limited to their own hardware.
Exactly. And then, just a month later, in January of 2025, they successfully demonstrated multi-drone collaboration.
Multi-drone collaboration. What does that even look like?
So imagine, a search and rescue mission after a natural disaster.
Okay.
You could have a whole team of drones equipped with Palladyne Pilot. And they could coordinate their search efforts all on their own.
Wow.
Sharing sensor data, pinpointing the locations of survivors.
Without any human input?
Without any direct human control. They could even adapt to changing conditions and make decisions as a team.
It's like having a whole team of robotic rescuers working together.
Exactly. It's pretty incredible technology.
So this is not just theoretical, it's actually happening.
Oh, absolutely.
And it seems like they've already got some pretty big names using their software, right?
Yeah, their client list is pretty impressive, I have to say.
Like who?
Well, they're working with companies like Amerin,
Amerin.
the big energy company.
Oh, okay.
They're using Palladyne solutions to inspect and maintain their infrastructure.
Makes sense. So drones with Palladyne Pilot could be inspecting, power lines or pipelines.
Exactly. Places that would be dangerous or difficult for humans to access.
Right, right.
But it's not just them. They're also working with industry giants like General Electric.
GE, wow.
Yeah. GE is using Palladyne AI to make their industrial robots even more autonomous. And even the U.S. Navy is utilizing their software for their unmanned systems.
The U.S. Navy. Now, that's a serious vote of confidence.
It is. It shows how versatile and powerful their technology really is.
They're also working with Redcat Holdings, right?
Yes. Redcat Holdings, the drone technology company.
Yeah.
They're integrating Palladyne Pilot into their Teal drones.
Interesting. And those Teal drones, are they used for both military and commercial purposes?
You got it. It just goes to show how versatile Palladyne software is.
Okay, so with all these big names and all these different uses, what would you say gives Palladyne AI a competitive edge? What makes them stand out in this market?
I'd say their advanced autonomy is a key factor. Their
Okay.
software truly enables robots and drones to operate independently, even in really complex and changing environments.
Right.
It significantly reduces the need for human intervention.
That's huge, especially for those dangerous or hard-to-reach places.
Absolutely. It's not even about totally replacing human operators.
Right.
It's more about freeing up humans so they can concentrate on those higher level tasks.
Yeah, like the more strategic.
Exactly. And let the robots take care of the routine or dangerous stuff.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And this ties into another one of their strengths,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Their hardware agnosticism.
Oh, absolutely. That's huge.
So, like we saw with that third-party drone demonstration,
Yeah.
their software isn't limited to just working with their own robots.
Right.
It can integrate with all sorts of robotic systems.
Across a bunch of different industries.
So it's kind of like having a universal remote.
Yeah,
It works with a whole bunch of different TVs.
exactly. Their software can work with a whole bunch of different robots.
So they're not building this closed ecosystem.
Right.
They're making advanced AI accessible and adaptable.
And that's a big selling point for companies that might already have robotic systems in place.
Yeah, they don't have to scrap everything and start over.
Exactly. They can just integrate Palladyne software into what they already have.
Now, another thing that really caught my eye was their focus on cost efficiency.
Mm-hmm. That's a big one, especially for smaller companies.
Right, the ones that don't have tons of cash to throw around,
Exactly.
but they still want to be on the cutting edge of technology.
Right. So Palladyne is giving them a way to do that. They're delivering really high-end features, but in a way that's affordable.
So they're democratizing access to this kind of tech, making it available to more businesses.
Exactly.
What else would you say contributes to their appeal? Why are companies choosing them?
Well, the reduced training and programming effort is another big plus.
Because traditionally, implementing robotic systems has been a really labor-intensive process.
Yeah, tons of programming, tons of training.
But Palladyne's software simplifies all that upfront work,
It does.
which means faster deployment
Right.
and lower costs.
Yeah, for their clients. So it's a win-win situation.
More efficient and less expensive. And on top of all that, they have a track record of proven performance.
Yeah.
Those successful trials and real-world applications really speak for themselves.
Absolutely. It's one thing to promise innovation, but it's another thing entirely to actually deliver on it.
Yeah, they're not just talking the talk, they're walking the walk.
Exactly. And that builds trust with potential clients.
Now, it's all looking pretty rosy, but we should probably look at their financial situation too.
Yeah, that's always important.
They're still a fairly young company, right? In this new phase of their journey.
That's true, they are. But as of February 2025, they had a solid $54.5 million in cash reserves.
Okay, not bad.
And they've managed to keep their monthly cash burn rate pretty low, somewhere between $1.6 and $2 million.
So it sounds like they have some breathing room to work with.
They do. However, we do have to point out that they haven't actually achieved profitability yet.
Oh, okay.
Their revenue is growing, but they are still operating at a loss.
So it's a bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, it's a pretty classic startup story.
Right, making progress, but not quite there yet.
Right. They're focusing on getting more customers and eventually hitting that profitability milestone.
So a lot is riding on their ability to translate all these technological achievements into a sustainable business.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but it's also important to consider the overall market they're operating in.
Right, the AI robotics market.
Yeah.
And that market is exploding, right?
Yeah. Some projections suggest it could grow from $22.5 billion in 2024 to a whopping $64 billion by 2030.
Wow, that's enormous. What's
Yeah.
driving all that growth?
Well, there's a few things happening at once here. First of all, there's just a huge demand for automation across tons of different industries.
Yeah, because everybody wants to increase efficiency and productivity,
Exactly. And AI-powered robots offer a pretty compelling way to do that.
especially as labor costs keep rising and it's harder to find skilled workers.
Absolutely. And on top of that, AI and machine learning are advancing at an incredible pace.
So robots are becoming more capable and adaptable than ever before.
Right, which means they can be used for more and more things. Healthcare, logistics, agriculture, you name it.
So it's not just about factory robots anymore.
Not at all.
They're becoming integrated into all sorts of different aspects of our lives.
Exactly. And governments are getting involved too. Countries like China and Japan are pouring money into AI robotics.
Because they see it as a key to their future economic competitiveness.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not alone. It's a global trend.
Are there any other big factors contributing to all this growth?
I'd say the integration of emerging technologies is another big one.
Like what?
Well, we're seeing things like digital twins.
What are those?
So they're basically virtual representations of physical systems.
Oh, interesting.
And then there's swarm robotics, where multiple robots work together to complete tasks.
So it's like a hive mind for robots.
Pretty much. And all of this is pushing the boundaries of what AI-powered systems can do.
It sounds like we're on the verge of a full-blown robotics revolution.
Yeah, it really does feel that way.
And Palladyne AI, with their unique approach and their ambitious goals, they're right at the center of it all.
Absolutely.
We've talked a lot about their focus on the physical world, their products, their clients. But I'm curious, how do they see themselves fitting into the bigger AI landscape?
Well, they've been pretty vocal about this. They see companies like OpenAI who are doing amazing work in areas like natural language processing and image generation.
Right.
They see those companies as operating in a different space.
Okay, interesting.
Because while those advancements are really impressive, Palladyne is specifically focused on bridging the gap between the digital and physical worlds.
So they're not trying to compete with OpenAI on their home turf.
No, not at all.
They're carving out their own niche.
Exactly. They see a huge opportunity in bringing that same level of AI sophistication to the real world.
To robots and drones that are actually interacting with the physical environment.
Yeah.
And it's a niche with almost limitless potential.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, think about all the tasks that could be automated with truly intelligent robots.
It's mind-boggling when you really start to think about it. Manufacturing, logistics, agriculture, healthcare exploration, even disaster relief.
So they're kind of like pioneers exploring a whole new frontier of AI.
Yeah, I like that analogy. They're taking those theoretical advancements in AI and actually making them practical.
Making them work in the real world, which
Yeah.
can be pretty messy and unpredictable.
Exactly. It's an exciting thing to witness.
It is. So for our listeners who are now as fascinated by all this as we are, where can they learn more about Palladyne AI?
Well, their website is a great place to start. They've got tons of info about their technology, their team, and their vision for the future.
And for those who want to delve deeper into the whole world of AI robotics, there are countless resources online. Libraries, industry publications.
Yeah, it's such a dynamic field.
It really is.
Yeah,
And it's changing so fast, there's always something new to learn.
absolutely.
It's a field that's really shaping our world in some profound ways.
It is.
And it's more important than ever to understand where it's all headed.
It is. It's a journey worth following.
Absolutely. And it's amazing how quickly this whole field is moving, right?
It is.
Feels like we're only just starting to see what's possible with AI in the real world.
Yeah, it really does. There are breakthroughs all the time. And Palladyne is definitely leading the way.
They seem to be really laser focused on that real-time decision making
Right.
and that adaptability,
Yeah.
that seems to be key for robots and drones to work in the real world.
It is, because out there in the real world, things are unpredictable. It's not like a controlled lab.
Exactly. And it's not just about following a set of pre-programmed instructions anymore.
No.
It's about giving machines the ability to actually perceive the world around them
To adapt. Yeah.
and react in real time, almost like a human would.
Exactly.
That's what makes Palladyne's approach so different, so interesting.
I think so, too.
They're not just building robots, they're building robots that can think.
That's a great way to put it.
Now, that obviously has huge implications for the future of work.
It does.
As robots get smarter and more capable, how do you see that changing the workforce?
It's a question that a lot of people are thinking about, understandably.
Yeah.
I mean, as automation becomes more common, it's only natural to wonder how it's going to impact jobs.
Some people are worried that robots are going to take over everything.
Right.
and lead to mass unemployment.
Yeah, it's a valid concern, but it's important to remember that throughout history, technological advancements have always shifted the job market.
Hmm.
They haven't necessarily resulted in mass unemployment.
So it's not about robots replacing humans entirely.
No.
It's more about a shift in what kinds of jobs we do.
Right. Think about the shift from an agricultural society to an industrial one.
Yeah, good point.
New tech led to new industries.
Your jobs.
Exactly. And some jobs became obsolete. It's likely we'll see a similar trend with AI and robotics.
So it's more about adapting than being replaced.
Right.
What kind of skills do you think are going to be the most important in this future with robots everywhere?
I think skills like creativity, critical thinking, problem solving,
Mm-hmm.
complex communication, those things are going to be really valuable.
Because those are the areas where humans still have an edge over machines.
Right. Those uniquely human abilities are hard for AI to replicate.
And this also points to how important education and training are.
Yeah,
We've got to make sure people have the skills they need to succeed
we do.
in this new world.
It's a collective effort, though, right? Governments, schools, businesses, everybody needs to be involved in getting the workforce ready.
It's not just about investing in technology, it's about investing in people, too.
Absolutely.
Okay, as we wrap up this deep dive into Palladyne AI, I want to leave our listeners with a final question to ponder.
Okay.
We've talked about their tech, their position in the market, the trends in the field.
Yeah.
But the big question is, could they be the next big name in AI? Could they be the Google or OpenAI of the physical world?
It's a really interesting question. And I think only time will tell.
Right.
They definitely have the potential. The technology is there, the team is there, the vision is there. But it's a really competitive landscape, and it's changing all the time.
Yeah, there are definitely challenges ahead
Yeah.
for Palladyne and for the whole field of AI robotics.
Yeah, there are. But there are also so many exciting opportunities. We're really seeing the future of AI being written right now. And Palladyne is one of the companies that's shaping that future.
Their story is really a testament to human ingenuity, isn't it?
It is.
It's incredible how much we could achieve when we put our minds to it.
It's a good reminder that we live in a time of amazing technological advancements.
And the possibilities are truly endless.
I think so, too.
Well, it's been an exciting deep dive. Thank you for joining us today as we explore the world of Palladyne AI.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And to our listeners, keep exploring, keep learning, keep asking questions, and stay curious about how AI is changing the world around us.
That's great advice.
Until next time, keep